Hey y'all, it's Jordyn Swingle with season 2 of Let's Just Be Real. I'm so excited to be bringing you a new season with a new set, so many new guests, and stories that you have to hear. So grab your best friend, sit down on your couch, and let's get to it. Well, hi y'all. I know I skipped a week and I left you on red, and I'm really sorry for that, but I'm back. Does that count for anything? I needed a week. I needed a mental health week, and it paid off. And now today is going to be one that I don't know that any of you guys are going to see coming, but I am freaking pumped because this person happens to be one of my actual favorite people in the world. I'm a little biased, but I think she's quite incredible. She's very talented, very smart, very beautiful, all things good. And her name is Ellie Swingle.
Hi.
Hi, baby.
Hi.
Hello. Are you nervous?
Very.
Yeah, I think everybody who has been on this podcast has been nervous to some degree. And I'll tell you, I get nervous every time. My stomach feels like I might vom. Does that feel like that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of like when you rode on the Harry Potter ride?
A little less, but yeah.
Oh, that's good. Do you know that when we had the episode with me and Daddy that we posted a picture of you and Campbell on the Harry Potter ride?
No, you did not.
Yeah. So why don't we start off by that? Why don't we start off by filling in the listeners on what your thoughts were on the Hagrid ride at Universal Studios?
Okay. I hated it, first of all. And second of all, you were like turning like every millisecond.
Yeah.
And you couldn't say stop.
Yeah.
Because there was no one to help you.
No, because you're on a ride.
A donkeys and like this weird like I don't know how to explain it, but it was like a big glob of something, and it had like a really long mouth, and it was so weird. And then we went up.
Yeah.
And you froze.
Yeah.
And then you just dropped backwards.
Was that
and
the scariest part?
We're in the front.
Of course you were.
And then the other ride that we went on. Yeah, I did not like that.
Oh, the Jurassic Park one.
Yep.
I think that's actually the picture we shared. But
no, not
the Hagrid
that one.
the Hagrid ride was your first ever roller coaster.
My hair was like this tall on the Hagrid ride.
The photo that we have of you guys, Daddy's like physically holding you in your
is.
seat. Okay, but other than that, what did you love about the Harry Potter experience, the whole Universal Studios?
Probably all the candy that we got.
We got a lot of candy. We drank our weight in butterbeer.
Oh, yeah.
You know, honestly, I'm going to be so for real. I thought that butterbeer was an adult beverage until we got to Harry Potter World, and then realized that it's basically just cream soda.
It is. And I got the frozen one every side.
Yeah, you did.
I don't know who would get the ice cream.
The ice cream buttercream?
Yeah, that's just...
Or butterbeer? I guess it's like a float, like a root beer float.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Like how they made an ice cream that was root beer.
Yeah.
But it was like kind of like a milkshake type.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's similar to that. Well, okay. So how old are you?
I'm 9.
You're 9 years old.
Yes.
What grade are you in?
I'm in 3rd grade.
Yes. Don't say the name of the school that you go to, just because we don't share that. But so you've lived 9 years. It's a long time, right? But it's also not a long time.
Yeah.
It's a long time for me and Daddy to think that you are 9 years old, because I can close my eyes and you're 2 dancing on a table singing Taylor Swift. Yeah. But I'm just so incredibly proud of you. I want to start the conversation that way. I think that you are one of the coolest people I've ever met. And I'm not biased by any means, but you've lived a lot of life in 9 years. I want to talk about, because we never talk about this. I don't think we talk often about...
About what?
Well, I'm going to ask you a couple of different things. First of all, you're a big sister.
Yeah.
Right? And you have...
It's rough being a big sister to a 5-year-old brother.
But also it's great.
Yeah.
And you have a built-in best friend and somebody you can play with. But we've had a lot of kiddos in and out of our house. We were a foster family. Our house currently isn't open.
always been the oldest.
You've always been the oldest.
With kids just trying to pull my hair out 24/7.
Yes, that's motherhood, actually. But I want to ask you, what has been the best part about being a sister, whether it was a foster care sister or a sister to Campbell? What has been the best part for you?
Probably getting to know them before they're like grown up already.
Yeah.
Having their own room and being like, I don't want to see you right now.
Yeah.
I need some alone time. I had a rough day.
Yeah.
It's kindergarten. He's in kindergarten right now, and so it's stressful for me, but easy at the same time because I know I went through kindergarten, so I can help him through the steps.
Yeah. So that's been the best part, is like just getting to know him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like helping him through the way about, he always asks me math questions for some reason.
He does. He thinks you're very smart.
Yeah, he does.
That's sweet. But getting to know them, what has been the most challenging part? Maybe not with Campbell, but just like in foster care, like being a part of a foster care family.
Just watching them leave.
That's hard. Yeah, it's sad. We get sad about it sometimes, huh? And that's okay to feel that. But it's also really sweet when we know that
they get back with like someone that they actually know and they've lived with.
Yeah, they get reunited with their family. Yeah. When Daddy and I decided to do that, you were really little.
Yeah. I was like 2 months old, probably.
Oh, you were the first time you were like a year old, but then the like more frequent foster care
was
when you were 2.5. No, 3. You were 3.
Like when we started like getting calls like
all the time. Yeah, all the time. So we never got to like talk to you about it beforehand, but you always handled it with a lot of grace, and you were very kind to all those babies.
Here's the other one. And then when we got Campbell, I was like, are we done? Or is my hair gone? Do I have a bald spot in the back of my head? Or?
Yeah, you had 2 little babies, tiny babies at one time, remember?
I had Campbell and another kid. Mm-hmm. And they were I was just sitting there reading, looking at the pictures, and they were just sitting next to me over my shoulder. And then all of a sudden, the little foster baby starts to yank my hair, and Campbell sees it and starts going along with it.
And that is the beauty of being a big sister, that, my brother is 23.
Yeah.
And I still feel like he's yanking my hair sometimes. Sometimes he does. But I want to commend you, because I feel like you've handled that with a lot of grace. And a lot of people were really worried about you because they didn't want it to affect you. But would you do it over again?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
If I could get every single one of them just in a little photo, I'd look at it every day.
Oh, I love that. I love that. That's very sweet. Maybe we can Photoshop that, Dad. Okay, so there's a serious question. Okay, let's ask, what right now is your favorite thing to read?
Probably the Babysitter's Club.
Yeah.
Graphic novels. I'm not really a fan of chapter books anymore.
Yeah, you've moved on to graphic novels, which
yes, it's the best.
I'm not as excited about, but we'll
but
get over
they have
it.
some pretty like crazy words. Like when I was like 7, probably, I got my first graphic novel, and it had the word tsunami, and I was like, tsunami. I couldn't say it. I was like, they were like, tsunami, and I was like,
you didn't know what that word was. Yeah.
No.
You love to read, huh?
I do.
Yeah. What would you say is your like strongest subject in school?
Math.
Yeah, and you got that from your daddy.
Yes.
Because I hate math. Hate it. Truly. When I was in school, I would beg people to like do my math work for me because I couldn't do it.
Yeah, some people like in movies, they like pay each other to either like if they're going
That's
to
called cheating, and we don't endorse that.
No, we don't.
Yeah, but you come by it very naturally. And okay, let's talk about school for a second. So recently,
I changed schools.
You changed schools.
Hey.
Your initial reaction to that
was so sad. I cried the first time I found out that I was moving, and I was like,
what did you love so much about your other school?
That Dad's boss's daughter.
No, your other school.
Oh, my other school.
Yeah. What did you love about your other school?
I had so many friends.
Yeah.
I've been there since I was like 6, probably, like turning 6.
Yeah.
And then I jumped out when I was like 8, and I was like, oh, this is going to be great. Just new
What's
year.
been the easiest part about making new friends?
They all like know how to like react if I'm like having a hard time or like something,
That's sweet.
because they're all girls basically.
Yeah.
And all the boys just like play their own sheep cross the river and stuff like that.
That's the hard or the best part. What's the hardest part about making new friends?
Probably that they're like always on you, like, hey, what's this? What's this?
Sometimes it's overwhelming because
Yeah,
you're
like,
meeting a lot of new
Mia's
people.
always like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And I'm like,
You're like, I don't know. My brain's melting right now because I'm trying to do all these things. Yeah. But you make friends very easily. If you were someone who was going to a new school, what would you say to that person?
you mean if someone new was coming?
Like if you were giving advice to somebody in your position, like you're going to a new school.
I would probably be like, you're going to make friends like in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Because those people were at that school.
Mm-hmm.
And they know how to react of a new kid. And so do I.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you would say that. What would be advice that you would give on how to make a new friend?
Just say, hi, what's your name? And like say your name.
Yeah.
And like ask questions about their life, and like, what's your birthday? What's your favorite food? What's like your favorite animal? Stuff like that. And like try to get them to be like, well, my life is like this and this. So you know how to react when they do something.
Yeah.
And
So you learn who they are.
Who they are, yeah.
Can I let you in on a secret?
What?
Making friends when you're an adult is equally as hard as it is to make friends as a kid. So we all feel that. Everybody's felt lonely at some point. Yeah. What was the hardest thing about starting a new school?
Probably that it was a private school, and I was like, I don't want any uniforms because...
You didn't want to wear a uniform?
No. And the feeling that I didn't have to wear free clothes was great.
Can I tell you that your dad and I are stoked about that?
Because y'all don't want to have to pick out our clothes for us.
Yeah, and it saved us money because you and me both like to shop, and back to school shopping is expensive.
And the best, because I get to get real clothes.
Yeah.
And not junk
uniforms.
hand-me-downs.
What do you mean?
Mom, you know how many kids leave the school? They like give back their shirts and pants, and then the people wash it and like really, really wash it, and then they put it back on the rack.
Well, that's okay. That's like thrifting. We love thrifting.
No, I don't. That's just
nasty. Oh, bougie baby. Okay, we're gonna learn her some lessons
together.
Oh my gosh, your uniforms were brand new, silly goose. But I understand a fresh, crisp outfit can do something for your mental. You know. Okay, so you would say the hardest part was uniforms?
Well, the hardest part was knowing where to go.
Oh yeah, learning a new campus.
Yeah, because there's like 10 other buildings.
Yeah.
And I'm like, where do I go?
Yeah, that's a lot.
And the first time I thought we went through the teacher's lounge and then to our class. No. We go through the enter and keep on walking. And it's hard because the first day I had to drop Campbell off. Yeah. And I did not know where his class was.
Yeah. Well, and thankfully now we recognize that y'all are both on the same hall.
Yes.
And it's a lot easier.
Thank God.
Yeah.
Me, my cousin, and Campbell.
Yeah. Yeah. Y'all go to the same school.
And then next year, my other cousin's going to come. Yay. Campbell's going to have a friend to play with.
Yes. I do think you guys have acclimated very easily, and you've gotten to know your surroundings very easily. What's been the most encouraging part about going to a school that is maybe a little bit different from your last school, and like what have you appreciated about it?
I appreciate that their food is like way nicer.
Their food is pretty good.
And they sell drinks, like the best drinks.
Yes, we've had issues with this, right?
And they sell Frescas and like Fanta and Powerade, and I'm like, give me everything.
Yes.
But we're only allowed to get one drink, which is sad.
So the food's really good. What else else do you enjoy about being at a private school?
Probably probably gym.
Gym?
Yeah, it's like way bigger.
Really?
Yeah.
So you're really into the amenities.
Oh,
You're
yeah.
an amenities girly. Okay, I get it. 100% because, you're bougie.
And sometimes the
You
high
come by it
schoolers
naturally.
like get to go on the playground when I'm at the playground, so I get to see my cheerleader.
Your cheerleader friend. Your friend who's a cheerleader.
Yes.
Do you think you're going to be a cheerleader when you get older?
Yeah.
So when you started this school, you were like, I'm not doing cheerleading. Don't even ask me. I'm not doing it. And now you're like pro cheer.
Yes, because I did it on the football field, and I was like, it feels good to have attention.
Oh my gosh. You are cut from the same cloth. When I was your age, I went to my first like junior high football game, and I saw the junior high cheerleaders, and I was like, oh my gosh.
You want to be there.
I'm going to be that person. I'm going to be the loudest one on the field. And there it was. Yeah, it's fun. But
okay, I have a question for you.
Oh, hit me, girl.
Was it hard to do cheer with one leg?
Yes, it was very hard. It was very hard. And it was, there's two parts to it. So it was difficult because I can't tumble the way that other girls can tumble just because my body.
I can't tumble like Elliot because she's like, she
does it really fast. Yeah. So that's challenging. But then also, like, the older you get as a girl, kind of sometimes it gets hard to reconcile with, like, oh, my body looks different from other people and my prosthetic looks different.
Like, our friends are, like, so cool doing tumbles and handsprings. And then you're like,
so I felt a little insecure about that. Yeah. But honestly, I feel like I got over it because, they might be able to tumble, but I got a personality the size of Texas. So we had fun. But no, I loved it. I loved it so much. It was very challenging. But, KK, your grandmother, my mom, never gave me the option to feel like I was like any different than anybody else. She made me do cheerleading and volleyball and all the things that I push you to do, even though you get nervous sometimes.
How did you do volleyball?
I just did it, girl.
How did you like jump that high? I could never jump that high.
Well, I was on C team. Let's keep it for real.
What's a C team?
That's like the lowest team you can be on to qualify to be. But I still played, and I was the captain of C team. I'll have you know.
Girl.
Okay. So I loved it. But no, I think it was a mentality thing. I didn't let myself sit out because I knew that I could do it.
Yeah.
And that's why I always challenge you. Like, hey, I know this is scary or it's difficult, but I speak from experience of it pays off.
Yeah.
So, okay. So we talked about school. I want to hear you talk about what it's like to be in our family with Daddy. What is your favorite thing about Daddy?
He's always... Me and him look exactly the same.
Yeah, y'all look exactly the same.
And he's so funny in so many different ways. Yeah. One time, I was spelling one of my classmates' name on a cup. Mm-hmm. And because I was like reproducing the letters. Mm-hmm. And then he said, oh, yeah. You have a crush on this kid or something? And I said, oh, yeah? Well, take your name, replace the D with the L, the I with the O, the L, the L with the S, the L with the O, and the O with the R.
No,
I mean
E with a. You called him a loser,
and then I called him a loser. I was like, "What does that spell? Loser. That's you."
And what did he do?
And he started dying laughing.
Oh my gosh, you guys definitely have similar humor.
Yeah,
you're both a little weird, and I love it. What's something else that you love about Daddy?
He's a really good musician. Like when I started piano, I was so scared, and Dad was like, "Look, I'll teach you all the keys so you can be on the highest book." And boom, I got the highest book straight away because I knew C,
Daddy
D,
helped
A.
You.
Yeah, and I knew that in the middle C was like right where it like right where the title was.
Mm-hmm. So he like helped you do that.
Yeah. And when I first got my drums, I was like,
yeah, because Daddy taught you.
How do I do this? And then Dad was like, I was like, ah.
He's pretty much good at everything he tries to do.
Yeah.
Which can be a little intimidating if you're married to him, but it's fine. But it's fine. Okay. What do you want to be when you're my age?
Oh, I know. You always ask me this question, and I always say a horseback rider.
A horseback rider?
Yeah.
Like you want to race horses? You want
Oh,
to
heck
barrel
no, not
race?
that.
What do you mean?
Well, I like galloping on horses, like owning a farm and stuff like that.
So you want to like own a farm and like
take other people's.
how are you going to make money? You like get like therapy horses?
Actually, all the snaps,
Yeah.
like they really want to help me.
They do.
And so we're gonna start our farm.
You're going to have a farm and you're going to be a farmer and that's what your career is going to be. I love that. I love that. I hope that comes true. It's a lot of hard work. You know that. Like up in the morning, shoveling manure.
Yeah, that's like I do my job.
Actually, you're going to have to do the dirty work if you're going to reap the benefits.
At camp, Layla, they said...
Layla is her cousin.
Yes. The teacher, Michaela, she said, all right, who wants to scoop up the first manure? And Sienna put her hand up first. And then Layla did. And so she said, okay, Sienna, then Layla. And Layla, was so good at it, she just flipped it right up. And I was like, how do you do this? And
so Layla's going to be the pooper scooper.
Oh, yeah. And I'm going to be the
and
one
what are you gonna do?
in charge of the horses and in charge of the bunnies and dogs. And
okay.
Landry's going to be in charge of the cows.
Okay.
And Lennon's going to be in charge of... What's she going to be in charge of? Oh, the money.
The money.
She's going to be the treasurer.
Okay. We love it. I love a plan. I love that. Is there any alternate route in your brain where you don't become a farmer? Like, is there anything else?
If I don't become a farmer. A farmer. I'm going to be a tattoo artist.
A tattoo artist.
I got my own shop already, girly.
Yeah, you've been writing up tattoos ever since I got new tattoos.
And then this little pretty girl, Elliot's sister.
Please tell me you're not giving tattoos at school.
I used to.
Oh, my word.
But they're invisible ink. Don't worry, girly.
Oh, my, quit calling me girly.
Okay.
This is a new thing with the kids. They call everybody girly. I was at lunch at your school today, and girly is a full sentence in y'all's language.
She said, no, Addie.
Somebody across the table went, girly, like that. And you got every word of that. You understood exactly what she was saying. And you go, I know. And I was like, what did I miss? Where was the conversation? Y'all just said exactly that, and that was it.
Yeah, because I was talking about something, and Hattie said, girly. And I said, I know.
Yeah, I mean, I just can't keep up with all the words that you guys say. Truly. But I don't want to get into that because I don't know if some of these words are good or bad. And I'm still Googling and Urban Dictionarying everything. So, okay. So you are going to be a tattoo artist or you're going to be a farmer.
That's me.
Okay. Let's talk about your faith.
What do you mean?
Your faith in Jesus. What has that been like since you started school? What has it been like
in school? It's... I've never been to a godly church school. Yeah. One of my friends last year didn't believe in God.
At your school.
Yeah, and so it was hard. Yeah. Because I was like, I want to learn about the Bible, but none of my friends, one of my friends never knew it.
Never knew about Jesus.
He said there was us composers and we were once monkeys. I was like, what?
Yeah, there's a lot of things. Well, what do you feel like you've learned about God in the last couple months?
Probably, Abraham and Isaac, how God said, go kill your son. Yeah. And Abraham listened to God. Yeah. And he didn't want to do it. He didn't question it. Yeah. And so they went on top of the hill. Mm-hmm. And Abraham said to Isaac, okay, we're going to do this. Yeah. We're gonna sacrifice something for the Lord. And Abraham said, okay, what is it? And no, Isaac said, okay, what is it? Yeah. And Abraham said, God, we don't know yet. God will send it down when he does. Mm-hmm. And when they got there, he started building the altar. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that Isaac was just standing there, just waiting, and then Abraham pulls out his dagger. Mm-hmm. Dagger. And, yeah, and then the angel comes and says, Abraham, Abraham, and says, do not kill your son.
Mm-hmm.
And a ram out of nowhere appears, and so they sacrifice a ram.
I love that. And what was that story all about?
I don't know.
Like, what was the moral
We're
of the
still
story?
learning about it.
You're still learning. Well, that's incredible that you just recounted that entire story. So that story is about obedience, right?
Yeah.
And that trusting God even when it doesn't make sense or even when it's challenging. Yeah, I mean, your story is kind of like that, you know?
Yeah.
When I got pregnant with you and then they told me that you weren't going to make it and I had to make a choice whether to keep you in my belly or not. So just like Abraham laid down Isaac, I had to lay down my life to make sure you could be here, right?
It's because this leg was like, you couldn't like barely move it.
No, it wasn't that. It was my heart.
Oh yeah, you have
I had heart failure. Mm-hmm. But that story translates over into so many different things.
Whenever I scare you, you're like,
I'm like, I have a heart condition.
yeah. And I'm like, ooh, sorry, but I know that you did.
Yeah, Mom. Well, I think it's really cool that you're learning, and it's really important to you and to us that you learn about God, and that's something that you've always talked about and wanted in your life, and I think that's really cool.
Yeah.
And so we're trying to honor that for you and for us. Okay. Who is your favorite singer?
Oh, this is hard.
It's hard?
It's between Charlie Puth, Connor Price, Taylor Swift, or Sabrina Carpenter.
No, you don't know any songs. Don't even say that. Don't delete that last word. But okay, Taylor Swift, Connor Price. You love Jake.
Oh yeah, I like Jake.
You like Jake? Who's your favorite though?
Probably Taylor.
Taylor Swift.
Well, she came out with TTPD. Now she might.
So a couple weeks ago,
we went to the Taylor Swift concert.
Yeah, we
last
sure did.
American tour.
That is. So, what were your thoughts when Daddy and I woke you up and told you that we were taking?
I said shut up, and I was like,
you did say shut up, and I was like, I know this girl did not just tell me to shut up, but you were asleep.
Yeah.
But what, like that day?
And then it was so foggy.
Oh, so foggy. That was wild. When we were driving to the Taylor Swift concert, I couldn't see anything.
No, you couldn't. And I couldn't see anything.
Yeah.
I was like, where was
I was freaking out. Not gonna lie to you.
I had to go to the restroom like so bad. And you were like, Ellie, I don't know where to go.
No, I couldn't stop because I could not see the cars in front of me. We couldn't see an exit sign. I couldn't see gas station. I mean, I've never driven through fog like that in my life.
Like, it felt like, you know how like in these movies, like they get like transported and they're like in a white room?
Yeah.
And like, whoa.
Yeah.
That's what it felt like.
Yeah,
kind
it did.
of.
It was wild.
We were in a car with colorful things. Thank God we have lights on our car. And
yeah,
they
thank
worked,
you, Jesus,
and we
for
didn't
that.
take Daddy's car.
So
that would have been crazy.
All of that weekend, what were you thinking? Like, just describe how you felt when you found out we were going to that.
KK was going crazy when she said,
was going crazy?
Yeah, New Orleans is a sketchy place. So I was like,
what? New Orleans is not terrible. We had a blast. But tell me what you were thinking about, like, at the concert.
Oh, I had a panic attack at the concert.
You did. You kind of freaked out.
Because we got the nosebleeds.
You do not like heights.
Yeah, no, I hate heights.
But how sweet of Jesus to provide those seats for us.
Yeah, we got to sit in the handicap seats.
But you did. You had a hard time. You were truly freaking out. And so we went down into the stairwell.
And we got so close.
And then we took a breath and we prayed. And I was freaking out because I was like, oh my gosh, we just spent all this money on these tickets. We drove 10 hours to be here. And then we need to leave because you're having a hard time. But then you totally got it together.
Oh, my heart was like,
yeah, you were definitely panicking. Ooh. But also, in your defense, those seats were really high up.
Really high, yeah.
And then the guy came to us and was like, go find 2 of these seats that are right here. If they're seats, you can sit there.
And then I puked right in the middle of the show.
You did throw up. You did throw up one time because of your nerves. That was rough. But you rallied. And I'm very proud of you for that. And then the rest of the night was what?
Taylor Swift singing her best songs.
Yes, it was amazing. It really was so fun. But can I tell you what was the best part?
What?
Just getting to spend uninterrupted time with you. You know?
But there were these 2 twins that were just...
Those little girls that they loved you and they gave you bracelets. That was very sweet. They did.
But there was just like one girl in front of us and she gave the 2 little twins bracelets. And I was like, oh, what do you guys say?
Yeah, you were teaching them.
And I was like, I'm here too.
You're having a hard time.
I was like,
She did keep kind of looking back at you, which was a little
Yeah.
weird. But overall, the concert, what would you rate it out of a scale of 1 to 10?
9.9.
9.9. That's a really, really great judge of the concert. And I will give it to you. You were a great road trip partner.
Oh, yeah, I was silent. Because you said, Ellie, be silent. Put your headphones on.
That is not what
No,
happened.
you said put your headphones
Okay,
on.
at one point, your iPad game or whatever, you don't even have an iPad, but what are those things called?
iPad?
No, tablet. You have a tablet. Amazon Fire tablet or whatever. But you were playing some game and it was like making the same noise over and over again. And I was like, all right, you got to put your headphones on. But we
It
jammed.
was Jetpack Journey.
Yeah, we jammed.
That one you were like, dun, 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 pow, pow. And that's what you were
Yeah, and it was driving me nuts. But we had so much fun. And I love any time that we get to just hang out together. What are your favorite things that we do together?
The first time I got tips on my nails. That was the best. I was living my
You
life.
got dip nails. I remember the first time that KK did glue on nails on my nails, and I was like your age. Maybe I was like 7. And it was like the
7?
most bougie experience. Yeah. And now you're 9 and you got tips on your nails, but we don't do that often. That was a birthday treat, right? You like getting your nails done. What else do you like to do with me? What makes you feel most loved when we hang out?
Fall when they are selling pumpkin spice lattes.
That makes you feel loved to get a pumpkin spice latte?
Oh, it's weird, but yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
The one pumpkin spice latte you've had in your whole life?
I had 3, actually. One time, you and Dad were on a date, and Bibi was watching us, and she said, okay, guys, we're going to Starbucks. What do y'all want? And I said, I'll take a pumpkin spice latte.
You would.
And she
Okay,
said,
but what makes you feel loved? Not pumpkin spice latte. Give me something from the soul, girl.
when I was like saying, Jen has these tickets for pentatonics, and she knows I really love pentatonics, and she said, do you want these tickets for me to go? And I said, yes, please.
Yeah.
And then it got canceled, and then it rescheduled, and you said, Ellie, we're going to the pentatonics tour, like the day before Christmas, right after school. I was like, you were like smiling in the car. I was like, Mom, what's wrong? Mom, what's wrong? And you were just smiling. You wouldn't look back at me. I was like, something's wrong. And I said, because Campbell was already in the car, I said, Campbell, what's going on with Mom? And he said, I don't know. And I was like, no. And then when we got home, Dad said, have you told her yet? And I was like, what happened? And you said directly to me, we're going to the pentatonics tour.
Yeah.
And you hate pentatonics so much. I don't know why you did that.
Because I love you, and I know that you love them.
And then we stayed halfway through it, and you were like, okay, Ellie, let's
No,
go.
we stayed through almost all of it, but it was like 11 o'clock by the time we were done, and I was dead tired.
Girl, it's usually like 1 a.m. until they're done.
I know, and I can't hang
And then we
like
have to
that
go
anymore.
to traffic and do all that.
Uh-huh, exactly. So you feel loved when people surprise you with things. Yeah. When you feel like someone is doing something because they thought of you,
Yeah.
that makes you feel loved.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I love that. Okay. Who is the most inspirational person in your life or that you know of?
I don't have an answer for that.
Thank you. What? The Alexa just came on. Sorry, y'all. Okay. Who is the most influential or inspiring person in your life?
Probably you with like the outfit. You're like, Ellie, let's go on Pinterest, see the outfits. And then you start wearing it, and I'm like, that's
With
cute,
my
actually.
outfits, that's what I'm inspiring you
no,
by?
it's because you have like Uggs on and pretty makeup, and your hair looks like Sabrina Carpenter's, and I'm like,
You like fashion that much that inspires you.
Yeah.
What else inspires you?
I don't know.
Who's somebody that you really like to spend time with?
This is what Kim will do. I don't know. It's probably Sissy.
Sissy?
Yeah.
Your great grandmother? Yeah. What do you like to do with her?
We watch the news. It's weird.
You watch the news and you love that?
Yeah.
And you eat snacks?
I like Gutfield.
Gutfield? What's that?
It's they're dumb. Like they act dumb, and they like. What if you combine red and pear, and you combined it together, an apple, and it's like.
Is this a show that she watches? Mm-hmm. Oh my heavens and earth! I need to pay more attention to what y'all are doing over there when you're at KK's house. That's so funny. I'm gonna have to Google it because I've literally no idea. But I love that you love to spend time with her.
And Jesse Waters. I like Jesse Waters.
Oh, I promise you guys,
Dad.
we don't let her watch these things. This is at my grandmother's house, but you love to spend
Mom.
time with her, and that's really funny. That's sweet. Well, okay. It is far past your bedtime, darling girl, and this has been a lot of fun. No, we're going to cut it off, and we're going to go to sleep because you still have to be at school tomorrow.
One more question, please.
Okay, you can ask me a question. How about that?
Yay. Okay. Who's your favorite singer?
Who's my favorite singer?
It's John Mayer, isn't it?
John Mayer, probably.
Okay, what's your favorite outfit to wear?
What's my favorite outfit to wear? Like what makes me feel confident? I love a dress. I'm a dress girly. Like, I think I've always worn dresses. Like in high school, I thought it was a full-on fashion show. I would wear a dress to school like every day if I could.
Well, you were back in the 2001.
2001?
That's when you were in high school?
No.
Right?
I graduated in 2011. I know I'm old.
What?
I know, but I love a dress. A dress to me is like a full outfit. Like you can put some shoes on and cute jewelry and roll out and you look put together.
Girl, you gotta put boots on. You can't wear tennis shoes.
You can wear tennis shoes with a dress.
It's like a blue jean dress.
Why not?
Because if it's like a white dress, girl, you have to wear boots. Why do I keep on saying girl?
Because you and your friends, that's how y'all talk all the time. Okay. I'm going to stand on that I could wear tennis shoes with a dress and make it look cute. Maybe we'll have to style some dresses for you with tennis shoes and show you. But I want to tell you something that a long time ago when I was 15 years old, I didn't think I would ever have a kid of my own from my own body. And then one day, your dad and I were married and 2 pink lines showed up on a pregnancy test. And my mind was blown. And secretly,
you knew it was a girl.
I wanted a girl really badly. I thought you were going to be a boy. Everybody thought that I was having a boy, but I really wanted a girl. And I want to tell you that there's been nothing that I have done in my life that is more important than being your mother, and that I love you, and I'm incredibly proud of the person that you are. And I just want you to continue to be the girl that God created you to be, and I think that you will eventually change the world one day, Ellie Kate.
Thank you.
I love you.
I love you.
Okay. Goodbye.
Bye. Hey guys, thanks for listening to my mom's podcast, Let's Just Be Real. If you enjoyed today's episode, please subscribe, like, follow, rate, and review so you don't miss any of these honest and amazing stories. For all the behind-the-scenes content, go follow my mom at Jordyn Swingle on Instagram. And as always, let's just be real.